everyone, this is Andy, aka Crow Stitcher, here on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. So I've got a lot of things to show you today. I worked on a lot of whips. I have one finish, and I kitted up 12, 12 projects, which I'm going to show you. I think I had put them all away in my bins, alphabetized, and I think I got all the ones that I kitted up. So I'm going to show you all of what I have out that I got kitted. I did that on Saturday afternoon. It was lovely. Just so you know, today is Monday, April 8th, and I want to start off by just mentioning a few people. Someone who mentioned me and I really appreciated is the monogamous cross stitcher, and I follow her on Instagram and have followed her on Instagram for quite a while, and she has some incredible pieces. Tends to be monogamous, but not always. So she does have a few on the go at the moment, and she's so close to a finish, which is going to look absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to see that. So thank you for shouting me out. I have also three other floss tubers I want to mention that I have recently discovered and probably might not be new to you, but they were new to me. The first one is Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. Oh my gosh. Her energy is just astounding. I absolutely love her. I'm so glad I found her. She's got a ton of whips on the go. Just wonderful, wonderful person. And I go check them out. I'm going to tag everyone in the description below. Giselle's Garden is another person I found, floss tuber. The vibe, I just feel like we match on the vibes. Their projects are just, they speak to me, and I just loved watching their channel, so go check them out. And Mad Morty and the Brahm is a husband and wife, absolutely hilarious to watch, great whips, wonderful vibe. I love them, so go check them out. So that's that. Now, without further ado, finish first. Let's get into it. So this is everything I worked on since the last video, so about a week, because I did the last video on a Monday as well. So my finish is a tiny finish. It's by Bad Stitch, and it's called Finding Shade, and it's an adorable little bat underneath holding a leaf. And I stitched this 2/2 on 28 count linen. It's the Huntress by Picture This Plus, which is a lovely purple. It's actually showing up quite true to color. I'm actually going to hold this. I don't have a board, and I needed to have for the lighting, I needed to have the blinds open, the curtain open behind me. So we're gonna go with this. It's actually showing pretty true to color. It's a nice plum. So that's my finish. Cute little guy. I started and finished him since the last video, so there's that. Okay, that's my finish. I'm actually going to, oops, I don't want to move the camera. I want to close the light, see if that helps a little bit. Like I said, I needed this open behind me, but then I don't know. We'll figure it out. So this is the next one I want to show you is one of the things I actually kitted. So this is part of the 12 that I kitted. It's Poison by Design Works. It was just a kit that I had, and I started it on Saturday night after I was done kitting everything up, because obviously, why wouldn't you? And this is how far I got. Hold on. can I use this? This is how far I got. So it's a cute little quick kit. Nice and easy, only 2 colors. And this is going to be my candle making project. So I do own a small candle business, and Morning Moon Candles, spelled MOURN, because as if someone is in mourning, because all my candles are murder mystery themed. So I have, for example, I have Murder on the Orient Espresso, I have Vanilla Chai Vendetta, I have Dead and Buried, spelled BERRIED. So I like to be punny, and they're all murder mystery themed. And so when I make the candles, a lot of the time is spent sitting and waiting for the wax to either heat up or cool down. And so this is going to be my next candle making project. So when I'm sitting there waiting for the wax, I'm going to stitch on this. Okay. The next piece, I didn't put the, hold on. Back up, reverse. I need to put the picture back in the back. So I don't lose things. Okay. The next one I'm going to show you that I worked on is this. It's 3 Egg Sampler by someone. Give me a second. 3 Egg Sampler by, I don't know because it's not on here. But I did get it off of Etsy. And I got a nice chunk done on this. Let me use this. Let me use the back of this. I should get a board like everyone else has, but I'm not that organized yet. This is only my second Flosstube 2. Which I don't know if I said that at the beginning or not, but there you are. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. So I worked on, I finished like kind of this part of the border, or worked on this part of the border, and then did all of this in this egg this past week. So I've got a lot of border left and like 1.5 eggs ish. And again, these are pasankis, which is the Ukrainian. I keep wanting to bring some to show you. I have, my mom collected a lot, and I still have them. I treasure them. They're so delicate. If you don't know, it's a Ukrainian designed egg. And what they do is they essentially hollow out the egg. So you just work with the shell, and then it's meticulously painted, and they're very, very intricate designs. And I really want to remember to bring one up to show you. But anyway, that's what they are. So to honor my Ukrainian heritage, I'm doing that piece. The next one, I cannot get enough of this one, y'all. This is Round Robin. And I have a card in here. Hold on, because I know I wouldn't remember. Round Robin by Doreen Jones. And it was, I think you can get it other places, but I got it from the Contemporary Cross Stitch Collection magazine from December of 2021. And I'm stitching this on 18 count, 2/1 full cross or half cross, depending on what it calls for, because there are both in the pattern. And I'm doing all the called for colors, except I'm subbing DMC 14 for 722 because I didn't have 722 and I didn't want to wait to get it. So I subbed. And y'all, well, I finished the bird's tail. I had the whole rest of the bird done, but I did his tail. And then I did like all of this all in here this past week. So I got a good chunk done. Let me get the picture off so you can see. Look at that. I don't know what it is about this piece, but I cannot get enough. I put over 1,000 stitches into it, almost 1,500 stitches, I think, this past week. Absolutely love that. I want to get that finished this year. I want to get it finished before Yule, honestly, so I can display it for Yule this year. Love it. Love it, love it. The next thing I worked on was a new start this week. Can't open the bag. I know some people freak out about the zips, but I have way too many whips to... Oh, crap. I don't have a... I thought I had a printed of this, but I don't. Oh, man. And I don't have it on my thing. It is the... I have a printout, but it's not in color. It's Rise Up by Bad Stitch, which is... This was their... Trans Pride moth from last year. Every year they do a pattern for Trans Day of Visibility, and then all the proceeds go to the Trans Lifeline. And so this was last year's pattern. I do have this year's as well, which I have not started yet. But this was last year's. And this was a new start. This is how far I got. Let me get the... And I started this on the Trans Day of Visibility this year, March 31st. The colors are washing out a little bit. They're much more vibrant. The fabric I'm doing it on, it was, I don't remember. It's by Under the Sea Fabrics. And I don't remember... I want to say maybe, it's washing out really bad. I want to say maybe Sea Witch, something like that. It's a really, really beautiful, bright purple. And I'm doing it on linen. I think it was 28 count linen. And I'm doing it 2/2 full cross. Okay. The next thing I worked on, this has a story. I worked on the Raven. It's charted by Pain Free Crafts. The artist is Chris Dunn. This I got as a kit. I am a member of the Pain Free Crystal Club. Let me move some stuff around so I can have more space. I'm a member of the Pain Free Crystal Club, and I got this as a kit because every 6 months you get, I think it's every 6 months, you get a voucher for a kit. And I had started this a while ago. And basically I started it, hold on, which way does it go? It goes this way. I started it and then hadn't worked on it since. This is where I'm at now. So I don't know how well it's going to show up, but I did get the kit. So the background there at the top is all 3756, and you can sort of see it. Let me get my hand so I can kind of point to it for you. I gotta hold it and point. I'm still learning all this. You can sort of see the line right there where the color changed. And it's a kit, so there shouldn't have been a dye lot issue because I'm using all the 3756 that came in the kit. But there was a distinct difference. It's not showing so bad on the camera, but you can see it. If you look, you can see it, and it was bothering me. And so I hadn't stitched on it in basically since I started it. I did that and I saw the change, and it just put me off. And then I'd been thinking about it for a while. One of my goals for this year is to work on every whip that I have. And this had not come out. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to pull it out and see. And I started stitching. I had like a little bit of the tip of these wings in here. And so I filled in a lot of the wings and did a little bit more of the background up here. And I started filling in the wings. And I was like, you know, it's actually not so bad. It's just in the top left corner. I love this piece. And I'm just going to keep going. Like, it's probably not going to be that noticeable when it's all said and done. So I finally have this piece back out. And I worked on that actually for a couple of the, I'm in the fandom stitching group on Facebook, and I worked on that. I'm a new member. This was my first week, actually. This past week was my first week. But I used that for a couple of the prompts because it is a big-ass project. My next one. This was a new start. I have had this in my stash. Okay, so before I continue, I want to address the Haid situation. I had signed up for, because this is obviously charted by Haid. I had signed up for the Stitch Along the Sow, and I had started it. I chose the mouse. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Forest Fairy 2, something like that. And I had started it. And I was all gung-ho. I was all keeping up with it so I could get the two free charts at the end of the year. And then all these things have happened with Haid and AI. A lot of people have addressed this and the whole AI issue. I don't want to go into the whole detail of AI and everything like that. My main issue is not so much a little bit the AI, but not so much the AI itself as how Haid has handled it and treated their followers. So, I have decided to no longer support Haid. I will not be purchasing anything in the future. The Sal, everything I already had, I will work on if I already had it. So this I bought like 2 years ago, for example, and I'm just starting it now. But I already had it in my stash. The Sal, I'm gonna continue working on it. I'm not in love with it. The more I stitch on it, the more I'm just kind of like, but I'm definitely not going to kill myself to get it finished by the end of the year like I had originally planned to do. So that's my thing with the Haid. Anything that I already have, I already purchased it. I already have it. I'm going to stitch it if I want to, but I'm not going to buy anything new from them. Moral of the story. Long story short. So this is Protector of Magic by Lisa Parker, and I bought this maybe two and a half years ago, and I'm just starting it now. I don't know why I didn't start it earlier. I absolutely love this piece. I'm obviously in the sky. I usually start top left. Usually, not always, but usually for all of my full coverages. This is 1/1 full cross on 28 count, easy count Lugana. I don't like 10 stitch. I've tried it. It's just not my jam. So all of my full coverages, all of everything is full cross unless like round robin. It's charted with some half stitches, some 10 stitches. So if it's charted, I will do it. But otherwise, all my full coverages are full cross. So that's how far I got. It's lots of blue, but there's lots of blending, and I'm loving it. I'm just so drawn to this piece. Again, like I said, I don't know why I didn't start it earlier, but there we go. I have stats on this one. I should have given you stats for the egg too, the eggs, but I didn't. So I have 1,053 stitches done out of 302,500, and I'm at 0.3%. So obviously you start early days. Let me get my bag. I need a better system for this. I'm hoping to get, what did I say? I think I'm hoping to get 15,500 stitches done on that this year, and I'm going to try to use it for a lot of the prompts. This next one is my baby. Okay, this is for Walda Lothlorien. It's charted by Hade. The artist is Alexandra Bach. I am at 45,220 out of 408,375 stitches, and I'm just this week, yesterday, I got just past 11%. And my goal for this year is to get to 15%. So I am well on my way. Oh, I don't need the background for this because, oops, wrong one. Oh my goodness, that's for later. That's for later. Because it's thick enough. Look at that, y'all. It's one of those where it's like up close and you're like, oh, what the hell is going on here? And then you look at it from back, you look at it from far away. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that stunning? This is my baby. This is my baby. And I absolutely, it's my baby. And it's only 11%. So let me fold it up so I can show you what I worked on. I'm trying to work on filling in kind of this hole. So I worked a lot in up here, and then I came down a little bit into here. So kind of like there, that area is where I worked on this last week. So many blues, so many greens, but it's so calming. It's so calming to stitch, and it's actually not too super confetti heavy. Like, there is confetti, I'm not gonna lie, obviously, but there's a lot of what I call checkerboard confetti, where it looks like a checkerboard, and you go with one color and it's like every other, and then you fill in another color in those spaces. It's a lot of that. So it's not annoying confetti. There are bits where it's, one stitch here, one stitch there, but and I'm almost to covering up. You can sort of see there's an iced tea stain that I spilled. I'm almost to covering that up. I was drinking and I had a straw. I was like, oh, a straw will probably be better. Then I won't spill or anything, right? Because I had a lid on it and a straw. And then apparently I can't drink out of a straw, and iced tea just spit out of my mouth right onto the project. So the whole, oh, this might be better because it won't, I won't spill it or won't get it on anything that didn't work. Okay, the next one I worked on, I don't have a picture for this, but it's all, you'll get it. It's not finished, but there's enough finished that you will see you will understand what it looks like, or what it will look like. This is, and I can't pronounce Gaelic, but it's the Gaelic 100,000 welcomes. I'm very terrible at pronouncing, so I'm not even gonna try, because if I do, I'm just gonna butcher it. This is by Design Works, and I got this, y'all, 10 years ago. This is my oldest whip. I got this maybe 10 years ago, started it, and then got really far, and then lost it, forgot about it, and then still forgot about it, and I was cleaning out a drawer, and I was like, what's in this bag? I had no clue, and it was this. So I'm so close to a finish. I have just a little bit of cross stitching, and then the back stitch. I did do some back stitch. Like, I did some back stitch up here, right? And then a couple of the words, or a couple of the letters are back stitched. But so this past week I worked on all of this down in here, in this bottom. So I have basically like this bit to fill in, and then there's back stitching and all of this. And then you can't even see it because they're white, but I have to fill in the white inside each of the, hold on, I still can't do this, it's mirrored. Inside each one of those is a white stitch, which I didn't do. I need to, and then a little bit over here, right on the corner, and then the back stitching. So this is going to be a finish this year. I'm determined. I need to get it done. You can still purchase this kit apparently as well. It was a kit. I'm just using whatever came with the kit. My flosses are just, I don't even know, but it's gonna get done. And yeah, I was on 1-2-3 Stitch the other week, and I saw this, and I thought, oh wow, you can still get it. So it's an oldie, but if you really like it, you can still get it. Okay, this next one isn't going to be everyone's jam, but it's mine, so I'm showing it to you. This is by Raven Coven, and it's Ghost Zombie Jesus. This was a new start for me. I think I started it on the 31st, but I didn't write it. Oh, yes, I did. 31st. And I'm stitching this on Wrath by Witch's Garden Crafts. It's 28 count even weave, and I'm doing 2/2 full cross. First of all, can we just take a moment to appreciate this fabric? This fabric, just look at the fabric. That's all I have to say. It's stunning. Okay, and then if I can get myself organized here. It was a new start, so everything you see is what I did. So I started on, I got almost all of Zombie, and then started on his hair. And I'm debating whether or not to actually, turn this around, to actually stitch all the white, or why can I not? It's because it's stiff. It's stiff and it won't let me fold it. Okay. Here we are. So I'm debating whether or not to stitch the white or not stitch the white, so you see all of the fabric through, because Beetlejuice himself is solid. All the white, it's you know, he's full coverage, the white and the black. So I'm stitching, I want to at least get, before I make my decision, get like most of his head and face done and see how I like it. I feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of leaning either way. Either way is 50-50. I like to be able to see the fabric, but I also feel like there's something about the white showing, like the white that will make it, that's a lot of white to leave empty. So I don't know. You will obviously see a lot of the fabric, or excuse me, around him and between the letters and all that kind of stuff. So I'll probably end up stitching the white, but that's where I am now on that. I love Raven Coven. I have a number of their patterns. And I'm planning to get more because obviously I don't need them, but you know. Okay. And then the last one I worked on is this one. This is another one of my babies. And let me get some stats for you. And just as a reminder, all my Ko-fi members get like actual stats with numbers and weekly totals, monthly totals, my countdown from 4 million, all that kind of stuff. So Ko-fi members get more precise stats. Okay, so I am at 26,450 done out of 360,000, and I am at 7.3%. Y'all, this piece, I just cannot. I cannot. The colors are absolutely stunning. Let me get this out of the way so you can see. The colors are just absolutely stunning. Like, look at that. There are a lot of stained glass pieces out there. And did I say, oh, this is by Shirova Creations on Etsy. I don't know who the artist is. There are a lot of stained glass patterns, but this one just is absolutely stunning. The colors that come through. I was going page by page, so I was going across page by page, and then I usually don't do that. That's not my jam. I'm a cross-country stitcher. I don't even know why I did it like that. I think just because I wanted to see it completed because it was so pretty. And then I got to this page, which was like the 4th or 5th page, and I just got tired of it. I was like, no, I'm done with this. So I then, this past week, which was like yesterday, I came back here and I started working down here. So I'm not doing page by page anymore. That was just, I couldn't handle that. I did it, and then I was like, no, we're done with that. We're done with that life. But I have enough done now that I can, and it is gridded. It's 25 count, easy count, Lugana. So there's enough done that I can go wherever I want now, basically, from any of those positions. But I love that piece. That's going to be another focus for the fandom stitching group. Okay. Now we're on to what I kitted up on Saturday. So that's all I worked on this past week. All I say, there was a lot. But then this is all that I kitted up on Saturday afternoon. Some of them I don't have pictures on the computer, so I'm going to have to show you on my tablet. They should all be kitted. I'm trying to be organized. So one thing, I use Markup RX, and one thing I love about markup is there's folders, right? I have, like, you have your wish list, which I put that there. What I use for my wish list folder is patterns that I have but don't have kitted up. Then I have my kitted folder, which is everything that's kitted up with fabric, etc. Doing and done and then all. So it's much easier to find patterns. So these are all that I've kitted up. The first one is As Above, So Below, which is from Night Spirit Studio, and it's their I think April. It just came out. I'm gonna say April. Pattern, Patreon pattern. And it's gonna look like damn it. Okay. It's gonna look like this. If I can get it without the ring light, sort of. Enough that you can see. It's gonna look like that. And I am going to be doing it on just the black. All this fabric is what I had, just fabrics I had in stash. So all the fabric you're gonna see, oh, it's full of dog hair. I'm just doing it on a black 14 count Aida. 2/2, full cross, with all the called for colors. And I have a goal to finish that this year. Okay. The next one I kitted up is Carved Mirror. This is by Stitching Princess Black, who is a Ukrainian designer. I follow her on Instagram. I follow her on Etsy. She does a lot for, she still is in Ukraine, and she does a lot for money that is, comes in from sales and whatnot. She gives to her country, to the community, to help with the war. So at the beginning of the war, she, helped pay for food for her neighbors, etc., things like that. So when you purchase her patterns, a lot of it goes to helping the people of Ukraine, especially in her area. And this is the end of last year. She had a thing where I guess a lot of people wanted to just send her money to help. And she didn't want people to just send money without getting anything. She wanted to give them something. So she had this thing on Etsy. It was only there for a few days, I think, where you could purchase it and then you would get patterns all throughout 2024 that are not released to the public. And then all the money from the sales of that bundle essentially were donated or given again to help her community. So this is the pattern that just came out for April, and it is part of that. I did purchase it, and this is part of that. So you cannot, let me see, you cannot get this unless you're in, like I said, unless you're in that group. I think that's the best we're gonna get. I just love this piece. The golds, the mirrors, they're all like Victorian handheld mirrors, and then you can see her reflection in the top, one of the top ones. I loved it. So I'm gonna stitch that, and I'm gonna do it on. Now, this was in my stash. I have no idea. I don't even remember where it's from, but it's this beautiful, like, green. And I thought the golds would just pop so well on that. So I'm going to stitch it on that. And I do want to finish that this year. All right. The next one I kitted is actually a two-parter. This is Good Witch, Bad Witch by Autumn Lane. And I'm stitching both of them. This one is a green on the inside, and then this one is a yellow. And I think I'm going to switch them both to be a purple. Let me see if closing this helps a little bit. The sun changed, so now things are all different. And I'm going to do both of them on this fabric, which is Wicked by Be Stitch Me, and it's a 36 count linen. I'm going to do 2/2 full cross. I had originally gotten this for something else and then decided not to use it. Isn't that gorgeous? Those are just going to look stunning on there. So I'm going to do them on that. I had originally gotten this to stitch Saga on by Long Dog Samplers, and then the floss, I didn't like it. The floss that I chose, I like the floss and I like the fabric, but they didn't go, once I got them both, they didn't go well together. So I'm stitching Saga on something else entirely. So I had this in my stash and thought that would be perfect for these two. The next one I kitted is Midwinter Mushroom by Noctiflora. And it was going to look like this. This is the picture. It's so adorable. It's like a jackalope but a mushroom with one eye. I just can't. I can't. And I'm doing it on, or I'm going to be doing it. I should have taken this out of the bag, but, well, I can just show you. No, we're going to take it out of the bag. This is 18 count Ada. It's Maelstrom by Chromatic Alchemy. My God, I can't open the freaking, there we go. I'm going to keep that, but not put the fabric back in it. And it looks like this. And that mushroom is just going to look adorbs. I can do it this way, and then I'll have like a whole nother half to stitch on something else on. And, love it. That mushroom is going to look adorbs on there, and I am very excited, and I want to finish that this year as well. Okay, the next one I kitted up is Spooky Teapot by Tiny Modernist. Oops, we don't need that, we need this. So I do, y'all, okay, so by my name, Crow Stitcher, and just by things that you've seen, it's probably very obvious that I love crows, ravens, corvids, etc. And I'm goth, so I love a lot of gothy, mystery, murdery things. So, y'all, the ghost and the moth on the raven, just everything about this. Everything about this. And I'm going to stitch it on Amethyst, sorry about that, I think I bumped something. Amethyst Purples by River Hut Designs. Look at this purple. Purples are difficult, as y'all know, to get to show up on the camera, sort of, kind of. It's a light purple, but it's a bit brighter than what it's showing up as. And I'm going to stitch it on that, because the coppers and the greens will just absolutely pop off of that. So I'm excited. And I want to get that finished this year as well, I think. Alright, The next one I kitted is Unfiltered Poison by Shannon Christine Designs. And I'm gonna stitch it on. This was a one-off by River Hut Designs. And I already stitched something from Witchy Stitcher on here. It's not even named because it was like a one-off. And it's a really pretty mottled gray, purple, white. And so I'm going to stitch it on that. It's a small piece, so it will fit. This is 32 count, and I'm going to stitch it 2 over 2. And I think it'll only be, well, 14 count. It's like 3.8 inches by 4.7 inches, so it will absolutely fit on there. And I get to use up that little bit of extra. And I want to finish that as well. Okay, this next one that I kitted, I had a great time on Saturday, y'all. Great time. Is Wicked Witchcraft by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Autumn Lane is very hit and miss for me. Some things I absolutely love, like this, and some things I just can't stand. So, and there's no middle ground. So, this is one I absolutely loved. And I'm going to stitch it on, again, now this was in my stash. I don't remember where I got it. I don't remember what the name of it is. But this is what it's going to look like. And there's like, it's like very haunted. Might have even been called haunted. Something like that. I don't know. But there's greens, blacks, grays. It's just going to look great on there. I'm very excited. And this is, I want to say 32 count even weave. Ish, I'm going to say. Okay. The last 3 are full coverages without being full coverages. So they are in my full coverage so how I start, like I said last time, I am in the process of reorganizing everything. I have these cube bins, and I have my projects alphabetized in each bin by category, and my categories are very broad. There's full coverage, which has 2 bins. There's monochrome and samplery, which has 1 bin, and then there's smalls and fancy dancies, which are like the mirabilias, things like that, and small kits, small pieces. These are in the full coverage because even though the background, same thing with the Christmas cupcake, even though the background is not stitched, the piece itself is, there's 3 of them. They each range from like 50,000 to 80,000 stitches. And the piece itself is solid, full coverage, just without the background. So I'm counting them in my full coverage categories, bins. And this is the Coffee Seed Dragon. It's charted by Paintree Crafts, and the artwork is Stanley Morrison. So the gray around that's not stitched, but everything else is completely solid. So that's why I'm counting it as a full coverage. And this is, I'm not stitching, there's 3 of them. There's coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. Excuse me. Most people will probably stitch them all in the same fabric, but I'm not doing that because I'm me. So I'm just doing this one on the Coffee Dragon. I'm doing on just a plain cream Ada of some sort. And I think this is going to be great. I love it. I can't wait to start it. Maybe I'll start it today. Which one should I start though? Because there's 3 of them. Maybe y'all can help me decide. Coffee in the comments. Coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. I'm going to show you all of them. Which one should I start first? Let me know. So that was the coffee. The next one is hot chocolate, which looks like these. Again, charted by Pain-Free, artwork by Stanley Morrison. I think I inhaled some fuzzies. And I'm going to stitch this one on, I believe it's 18 count dolly. Oh, I lied. Excuse me. It's 22 count dolly by Ada by Awakened Stepmother, who's on Etsy. And you might be thinking that's kind of Andy, that's a weird choice for hot chocolate. But I chose it because if you notice down at the bottom, there's the little bit of red in the like a berry or whatever that is, and the flowers. And look at that. Look at that. That couldn't be more perfect. Yeah. So, that's the hot chocolate. Remember, you have to let me know in the comments which one I should start first. Because I'm starting them all, obviously. So we had coffee, we had hot chocolate, and then the last one is the tea dragon. And the tea dragon again, all this is background that won't be stitched. All the gray here and all the gray here. The little bee. The little bee. Buzz buzz. Okay. This I'm stitching on Monaco. Black Monaco. 28 count. So I'm going to do 2 over 2. And I just get it so you can actually see how that green is going to pop off of that black. Yes. Yes, please. Absolutely. So those are all the things that I kitted up on Saturday. I do have some haul as well, but honestly, this is already like an hour long. So I don't know if some of them are not readily available because they're over across the room and I don't want to get up, quite frankly. But oh, I can show you some. I purchased the cherry dragon. This was part of my haul. The cherry dragon. I have a thing for dragons. The cherry dragon. Artwork by Stanley Morrison. Charted by Pain-Free. Look at the butterfly! Now, the background on everything, this is 100% full coverage. All the background you see is stitched. So I got that. That one doesn't have a picture, so I can't show you that one. Ooh, I can show you this one though. Someone else was going on about Stitches So Beautiful. Was it Stitches with Britches? Britches with Stitches? I'll tag her in below. She was going on about Stitches So Beautiful, and I 100% agree. I have so many of their pattern. Now, y'all, if you can't tell, I love full coverage. Okay? I have 2 bins full of full coverage that are kitted and either started or ready to start. I have probably at least 50 more full coverage projects on top of that I have patterns for that aren't included. They're not in project bags, they're not in the bin. They're just in the ether that I have. Now, I know I'm never going to finish even probably a quarter of these. Most of them are larger, most of them are 250,000 or above stitches. I realize I would have to live like 1,000 years to do all these. I'm not being unrealistic. I realize that this is not ever going to happen. However, it's the process for me, and I just love full coverages and the process of stitching them. And so I just keep buying them and starting them. Don't judge. So I bought this from Stitches So Beautiful. Oh, that's where I was going. I have so many of their patterns. They are wonderful, wonderful shop. Licensed. They do let you know the artist. If the artist does use AI, they let you know that. So many gorgeous, gorgeous patterns, gorgeous artists, gorgeous everything. Love them. This just came out, and I bought it right away. I don't think I've ever purchased a pattern as quickly as I purchased this. And it is called, what is it called? Heart of Black and White, and the artist is Serkai. Aquilin ink. Oh, that's not what you want to see. You want to see the picture. You don't want to see the key. The key isn't really fun to look at. Oh, I don't have a kitted. I don't have fabric, but I did get it. This one is a bit different for me. This is On Mechanical Wings, artwork by Linda Kronk, and I got it from it's charted by Cross Stitch for Everyone. This is a bit different for me. Not too different, but different. You'll see what I mean. It's got like the steampunk kind of vibe. But it's a bit different. I love this piece. Love it. The colors, everything. So I got that, and then the last one I'm gonna actually no, there's 2 more. I bought a lot of patterns. This is Oh My Gothic Heart. Design, artist is DS Art. And it's Cross Stitch for Everyone. The background is not stitched. So I need to get a nice fabric for this. I don't know what. And then the last one that I can show you that has the picture and everything, I want more. But the last one I can show you that has a picture in the pattern is Night of the Raven. Artwork is by Tung Lam, and it's charted by Cross Stitch for Everyone. That's just me. That is just 100% me, and there's nothing else I have to say about that. Nothing else I have to say about that. It's just absolutely perfect. Perfect. Ugh. I love it. Love it. Okay. So that's all I have to show. I wanted to start all of them now. This is bad. Okay. Put it away. That's all I have to show you. It was a long one today, but thank you all for sticking around and watching everything I had to show you, seeing all my goodies. Um, Thank you to everyone who has subscribed the past week and commented. I'm new. This is only my second Flosstube, so I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Happy stitching, and we'll see you next time.